What's going on, guys? This is Sports Opinionated back with another video, and today we're going to talk about Juju Smith-Schuster. He ended up re-signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers, 1 year, $8 million. So I'm going to go into that. I'm going to go into what this means for him, what this means for the Steelers. And if you've seen the title of the video, I hate this move from Juju's perspective. I'm going to go into why I really think it's a bad move made by him. And he had better offers out there. So, but anyways, like the video, help me grow. If you like to see more NFL content like this, go ahead and subscribe down below. But yeah, let's just get straight into it. So when we think of Juju Smith-Schuster, we probably think of the breakout season he had in 2018, over 100 catches, 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns. But I really don't think this is who he is. In that season, he had Antonio Brown that would take double teams, triple teams. So he was often left on an island with number 2 corners, and he capitalized, but it was more of the system, more of the weapons he had around him. And ever since Antonio Brown left, it's kind of evident that he is not a true number 1. The year before, Big Ben was out for the whole season, and he also missed some time with injury. But when you look at his body of work since Antonio Brown left, I think it shows. And this isn't a knock because Juju's a really good player, but he's a really good number 2, but he is not a clear-cut number 1. Now, maybe if he was in a different system, maybe with a better quarterback, maybe he can thrive in a number 1 role. I think he has the talent to, but as it sits right now, I think he's a really good number 2. And I think a lot of people have this stigma, including Juju and his agent. So if I had to guess, I'm guessing they were looking for a Kenny Golladay-like contract on the market. But when a lot of these teams saw that, they probably scared off. They probably went to look to Kenny Golladay and A.J. Green. So after a few days of free agency, when all the money was spent, Juju was left, and he didn't really have much of a market left for him. He ended up having 3 different offers from teams or at least that was reported. He had an offer from the Chiefs, 1 year, $8 million. He also had an offer from the Ravens, 1 year, $8 million. But they were both plus incentives, so maybe plus 3 or 4 if he hits some type of statistical milestone. And he also had a multi-year offer with the Eagles. The reported base salary was more than 8, but it was a couple years. I'm really surprised he didn't take the offer for either the Chiefs or the Ravens. Both are really good teams, especially the Chiefs. They've been to the Super Bowl the last 2 years. They have a good defense, and Patrick Mahomes, he's the best quarterback in football. And when you have Tyreek Hill and when you have Travis Kelce, both that require double team, if you put Juju on that team, that is a nightmare. I think Juju, he really would have played good. He would have had an opportunity to boost his stats. And then on the market next year, he really could have got a number 1 contract, and I think he would have thrived. He would have got really good production, and he would have had an opportunity to go and win and possibly get a Super Bowl. So I'm really surprised. Also with the Ravens, he had a chance to play with Lamar Jackson. A lot of people don't think that he can throw. This is wrong. He's a really good quarterback. He has a cannon. I think some of his mechanics and his timing with the receivers aren't the best. And then obviously they don't really have a lot of deep threats outside of Marquise Brown. So I think it's more of an indictment on the receiving core than the skill of Lamar. But the type of offense they run the ball heavy, and they pass it underneath to their tight ends, and Juju would have fit that mold. He's not really a true deep threat, but he's a really physical, he's a possession guy. He can get dirty yards underneath, and I think that's really what Lamar Jackson needs. He doesn't need someone to take the top off. He needs someone that's going to be reliable and is going to be there. And I think that he would have been their number 1 target. On the Ravens, they don't really need a number 1 receiver, just the type of offense they run, since they throw it to their tight ends and run the ball a lot. But I feel like also with the Ravens playing with Lamar, and they still have a really good defense, this could have been a team that could have competed and put them in a better situation to hit free agency next year. The Eagles deal, I'm really not surprised. The Eagles are a mess. I would stay away from them. And then plus it's multi-year, so I would not want no part of that. But I don't hate that he took a 1 year deal. He's only 24. He came into the NFL at 20, which is almost unheard of these days. So he has a really good opportunity. He's young. He has a lot of opportunities left to make it big on a contract. But I'm just surprised he did it with the Steelers. One of the reasons I'm surprised that he went back to the Steelers is, one, the quarterback, Big Ben. Personally, I think he's washed. I think he showed that last year. They got him at a contract reduction, but I don't know if I would have brought him back. Last year, you could see the limitations. I don't know if it's his elbow or just the age. They cannot push the ball down the field. And you might think it would be okay if they had a solid running game, but they were the worst running game in the league last year, and then also their best running back is a free agent, James Conner. So I'm really surprised the offense is not good. Their center, Marquise Pouncey, also retired. They might lose their left tackle. And, there's a lot of weapons on that team. There's Eric Ebron, there's Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, and James Washington. He's kind of under the radar guy. He's actually pretty good when healthy. So when you have all these weapons and Juju already goes to a team that, it's not a good offense, no good running game, and it is not a good passing offense, I really feel like this puts them in a worse position to succeed. Not only are you going to have to share snaps with these guys, but the offense isn't as good as it is. I really don't think Big Ben is going to be able to get the ball to Juju consistently. And then the defense, is old, it's regressing. They lost Mike Hilton to the Bengals. Joe Hayden, Steven Nelson might cut them because of cap casualties. Bud Dupree, they lost him, and it's a solid defense, but it's old, it's aging, and expensive. Kind of the whole team, and I think the Steelers. This is a team I see going 8-8, 9-7. I really don't think they're going to be as good as they were next year. The only thing that could change my mind is if they were to get a player like Sam Darnold, but they already restructured Big Ben's contract, so that's kind of out the table. But I don't know why Juju returned. He had better offers. He could have went to a better team, boost his production, and possibly win a championship. But he chose the Steelers, and I'm just confused. I really don't get why, and I hate to say it, but I think this is gonna result to the same effect last year. This year. Next year he's probably gonna have to do another one year deal with the team. I feel like if he would have signed with the Chiefs or the Ravens, he could have put himself in a better position this year. But that's just my thoughts. If you guys think differently, just let me know down in the comment section. Go ahead and like, subscribe, try to grow the channel. And just thank you for watching.